Good afternoon, or wherever you are in the world. Maybe it's just morning, maybe it's night, because we have an international audience here. But hope everyone's having a good day. What I want to talk about today is karma. Karma is not what most people think it is. Let me start. Karma is a way for the Matrix to keep us in check. If we were a piece of shit in our last lifetime, the karma will come with us to the new lifetime. We might not have the memories of the past lifetime. Most people do not, but your karmic debt from the last lifetime will come to you. A lot of times I see things on the news, kids dying of starvation, women getting raped. And, if you're a person with any type of empathy, you feel sick to your stomach when you see stuff like that, when you hear stuff like that. But, when it comes down to karma, we don't know what that person did. I remember there was a woman killed in, what was it, New York City. She was just taking a jog at the park over there. And she was killed on a double 8 day. And I remember thinking, wow, this is horrible. Why would someone do that? But then the numerologist and astrologer kicks in. And it's like, well, wait a second. If this happened to you on an 8 day, did you actually deserve it? Robin Williams committed suicide on 8 day. Did he actually deserve it? Sometimes when you see bad things happen to people on 8 days, and I'm not just talking about losing money. I'm talking about real bad things, but it's not just 8 days. Sometimes people do very, very bad things and they get punished for it. And I want to make this abundantly clear. My opinion is this. If someone hurts you, if someone hurts your family, if someone goes after you to the point where it's causing you financial pain and you did nothing, absolutely nothing to deserve it, then yes, it would be bad karma to sit back and do nothing. 2010, I went on the Mike Trevisano show. That was Mike Trevisano passed away last year because of the vaccine. But yeah, he died a couple of days after getting his booster. Someone who probably the only person that actually really helped me out in life and didn't get too much out of it. Everyone else who's helped me out in life got something out of it. He probably helped me more than I helped him. And that's probably like the only person besides my parents I can say that about. But having said that, I went on the Mike Trevisano show as a local celebrity in Cleveland, Ohio. And I said that LeBron James was leaving Cleveland. Within 5 minutes, the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers called up Dan Gilbert. He said I was full of shit. Me and Dan Gilbert dealt, with each other in 2006, 2007, 2008. And he basically made me deals and he backed out of it. I went to the Cleveland Cavs owner and I told him, listen, numerology works. I'm going to give you proof. This was in the newspaper, so people can check this stuff out. I told Dan Gilbert, the owner of the Cavs, that Joe Johnson, an NBA player in 2007, would get hurt. I said Jason Kidd, an NBA player in 2007, will get hurt. And I said Gilbert Arenas would be the one who has a major injury. After Joe Johnson gets hurt, nothing. Jason Kidd gets hurt, nothing. Then Gilbert Arenas basically ends his career with injury on 4/4/2007. I remember my buddy called me and I thought that I made it. I thought that was it. I finally made it. I got the Cleveland Cavaliers owner listening to me now. Yeah. Well, within a month, he called NBA security and basically I was banned from the Cleveland Cavaliers arena and I took it. I took it for 3 years. Then 2010, I go on the radio station. And by the way, you guys can look it up on YouTube. Gary the Numbers Guy, Dan Gilbert, Cavs. Put it on YouTube. You'll find it right away. And Dan Gilbert said I was lying and I was full of shit. 2 weeks later, LeBron James leaves Cleveland, signs with the Miami Heat. Dan Gilbert wrote a scathing letter talking about how this guy is evil, all this other shit. But I was right. I made him look like a fool. So this man gets me fired from my radio job. By the way, I wasn't rich back then. I had a little bit of money. I was married for a few years, but I was still broke in 2010. And this man got me fired from my radio job, took my job away, took my income away because I was right. You best believe I hexed his ass. You best believe I did that. And that motherfucker caught a stroke and he's never been the same since. I hope you fucking die. Okay? Now, you might be listening to these words and say, oh my God, this guy's evil. That's fine. If you feel that way, you're entitled to your opinion. I did not attack this man first. I didn't do anything to this man first. And took my job away because I was right. Fuck him. And again, that is the story. I never attack people first, ever. I've dealt with so many people like that. The judge who sentenced me to jail when I was barely freaking 20 years old, my first time in trouble with the law, never a previous case, and he gives me 9 months. Why? Well, because you have quotas. And in the jail system, you know, they don't want that many of one race. They need to have quotas. So they specifically locked me up because I was a white guy. So their quotas won't look like they're just arresting black people. That's why I was arrested. And by the way, before I got arrested, I fell out of a police car handcuffed going 70 miles per hour on the highway. I kid you not. My hand is still broken because of it. I was handcuffed. I was leaning on the door popped open, and I fell out. I should have died. And I didn't, because 33s have a mission in life, and they can't really go until that mission's complete. That's just the way it works, guys. And which brings us to Mr. Tate. A mutual friend of mine with Tate's told me to give this guy a reading. I did. In that reading, I told him he would be famous in 2022, the year of the tiger. We left. It was all good. All of a sudden, Andrew Tate gets suspended from Twitter, and he gets a new account, and he decides that I'm an easy target because I'm a numerologist, astrologer. Let's just get rid of this guy, attack this guy. And it just so happened I was in my enemy year. 2019 was my enemy year. This guy goes after me, and his war room gets me suspended. The first account I had, Numerology Now, where I had all these celebrities following me, all these people who are following me, who are big names, who've never been able to find me since. That son of a bitch took that away from me. Not only that, I worked very, very hard to get CJ Johnson and AJ Cortez in GG33. It took me about 6 months to convince both those guys to get in. And they were my hired guns, man. They were the people with the big accounts with GG33 in their bio. And man, they were doing their thing. All of a sudden, Tate comes, gets me suspended, and takes my prize hitters away. So this man cost me millions of dollars, cost me my main account, cost me contacts with people I can't find. And you know what the funny thing is? I was right. He did get world famous in 2022. I was right. Everything I told that man was right. And he called me a fraud and cost me millions. I hope he fucking dies. Do you hear me? I want everyone to understand this. And let it be clear. The biggest mistake Tate made was to fuck with me. Because I told that son of a bitch in 2019, no matter what I did, I was going to get him back. And that's exactly what I did. I called his arrest. I said his little reign will end in the Tiger year, which it did. As soon as the Tiger year ends, he's in prison. And now he has lung cancer. And let this be a lesson to everybody. Let this be a lesson to everybody. If you fuck with the 33, bad things will happen to you. If you fuck, all 33s have a mission in life. Every single one of them. Einstein, Wright brothers, Thomas Edison. We all had a mission in life. If you prevent that mission from being accomplished, you will get karmic debt. Imagine how many more people would understand what numerology and astrology is if my account wasn't suspended in 2019. Imagine how much more influence I would have if the war room weren't telling all their buddies, don't have Gary on your podcast. This man literally cost me millions. And then when I say he can go to hell, I'm the bad guy. So a guy hits on me, he's pounding me. And as soon as I hit back, all of a sudden you're the bad guy? Nah, fuck you people. I've done more to enlighten people in this world than most. And I want people to know this. People who I was enemies with, I have made amends with. There's people I made enemies with, and now they're in my group. Because I know how to mend fences when needed. When one side apologizes, I apologize. Everything's all good. But not with this son of a bitch. So the moral of this story is don't fuck with the 33. I don't fuck with 33s. Me. I don't think I've ever attacked a 33 except for maybe Charlie Sheen because he's a rainbow. But that's it. I don't attack 33 life paths. Just like I don't go after snakes because they're vengeful as hell. Remember, if you go after a snake, they're vengeful as hell. Do you really need that drama? I don't. This is why understanding numerology and astrology can help. But going back to what I was saying about karma, don't fuck with people unless they give you a reason to. I mean that. Don't fuck with people unless they give you a reason to. Give everyone the benefit of the doubt until they prove otherwise. And let the little shit go. There's plenty of people on here of my 47 or 500,000 followers all throughout TikTok, IG, and all this other shit that talk shit about me all day. It's like, whatever. But when people go out there to destroy your career, when people make it their personal passion to go after you and you don't do anything about it, that doesn't only show weakness. That also shows that you're a fucking coward. I also want to say congratulations to all GG3 members. We hit the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl. We hit the Tommy Fury and both were underdogs. We're doing well with our crypto. My stock call is doing very well. So the members are doing very well. It pays to be a member. I also want to say that GG33 Academy is now actually bigger than GG33. And it only took me 6 months. It took GG33 11 years. But GG33 Academy, no non-disclosure. People can go in there and learn. Is it GG3 level information? No, it is definitely below. But I don't charge people $3,500 to $18,000 to go in there. I charge them $98 a month, and not to mention that I've given away over 100 scholarships already. Listen, if you can't afford it, then there's plenty of free ways to learn from me. My students' tweets, my tweets, I put out 2 free ebooks. I've done plenty of podcasts. There's plenty of free information out there if you just want to learn. And yes, it's going to be the basics for GG33, but that's a step ahead of everyone else out there. In closing, before I start taking phone callers and stuff like that, I just want to say everyone's goal should be to make the world a better place than they came in it. And some people do it by being philanthropists. I can't even say the fucking word. Some people do it by being teachers. Some people do it by building up others. I'm going to do it by sharing knowledge with the world. And yes, I'm a gatekeeper. There's no doubt about it. But to be all honest, I'm a very, very loose gatekeeper. I have given you guys a lot of resources, a lot of action, and I can say without a shadow of a doubt that the world is a better place because GG33 existed. I can say that without a shadow of a doubt. I can say that I didn't just make myself rich, and I definitely did that. But I could have retired. I want you guys to understand, I don't need any of this anymore. I have 150 people waiting on a waiting list to join GG33, and I'm in no hurry to get to them. I don't need money anymore. I mean, I do, but I don't. You know, it's not about that anymore. It really isn't. Now I'm going to try to make as many of my students six-figure people and even millionaires as possible. And again, if I didn't have a need to shove numerology and astrology down everyone's throats, my social media would be shut down. I wouldn't care. I'm born on the 7th, guys. I can shut all this stuff down and live a happy existence. Just me, my family, and Mary Jane. It would be a very, very good existence. I don't need anything, but that's just not me because I'm a 33 life path and I just can't do that. Just can't. It's like impossible for me to do that. 30 people have requested to speak. Most people don't get 30 people in their goddamn spaces. Actually, Wise Cat, let Jake be next.
Okay, Jake, go ahead. What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
How you doing, brother?
Good. I've been in silver for like 3 days, and it's really life-changing. So I want to thank you.
Let me ask you something. Did I charge too much for it?
No. No, it's
no. Is it under? Am I undercharging people?
I think so, but I know you're raising it soon, so.
Don't worry. As soon as I get down to Miami, prices go up.
There you go.
Anyways, I want people to understand something. Jake, we talked on the phone how many times?
Just once, I think. Yeah.
Once. You wanted to get in GG33 gold, correct?
Yep.
And what'd I tell you?
That you didn't want to take, because I don't have enough disposable income. So he really was watching out for me and said, just you'll get there soon. Keep hustling. He's not like the war room where they want to just take your money.
No. Jake wanted to go into gold, and he passed the interview. And gold is 18,800. And what's the first thing I asked you, Jake?
You just asked if that was how much income that was, I think.
Yep. And I have a threshold now. And if people don't have that threshold, they can't join GG33 Gold. Not because I'm gatekeeping, but because I don't need anyone's money. And I do not want to take people's last dollars. It's that simple. I want people to understand something. No one else in the world will do that. And I do that routinely all the time. No one else in the world will do that. I want people to understand money is not my main objective in life. My main objective in life is to influence the world. And I think I've done an okay job. Definitely room for improvement. Right, Geometry Club? He's being shy right now. He usually talks mad shit.
I wasn't ready for that.
I got you, brother. I got you. Anyways, Jake, enjoy GG33 Silver, and know by you being in there, you're unequivocally one of the best people in the world in numerology and astrology. I mean, you went through Death Code, right?
Yeah, I did. It's crazy.
Tell me, no one else in the world would have came up with that. No one else. And then I give you proof, and it works.
Yeah, it's life-saving, really. So.
Yep. So again, you've had two people who joined GG33 not too long ago who just were on this space, and they're telling me it's life-changing knowledge. They're telling you guys it's life-changing knowledge, and there's a reason I make people sign non-disclosures. Do you think the non-disclosure is justified, Jake?
100%.
Yep. So again, I want people who are listening to this to understand something. when it comes down to it, what I teach is not on the internet. If people were paying me what these people were paying me and the same information was on the internet, you really think these conversations would be this pleasant? Not even close. Not even close, guys. And I want people to understand something. GG33 has people from 35 different nations. Before I'm done, it's going to be 150 nations. I'm not. I think we got our first student in Bahrain today. We got so many people in Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Middle East, Europe, Russia, Japan, China. Oh, Mexico. You know, well, Mexico's right by the U.S. So, and you know what shocks me? I'm not going to kid you guys. How people in third world countries come up with the money to pay me, and then people who are Americans tell me I charge too much. It's just amazing to me, man. It absolutely amazes me. You know, America is still in 2023 the best country in the freaking world. We have 22 million millionaires in America. That's more than the fucking rest of the world probably combined. 22 million millionaires in America. And by the way, for people who think this is only white people who are millionaires, no, there's over 300,000 black millionaires in America, less than 10,000 in the rest of the world. America is the best country in the world because we are still capitalists. And I want people to understand something. I'm not just teaching numerology and astrology. I'm going to get the youth to embrace capitalism because that's what has to happen.